What would mindfulness smell like and feel like in fragrances? We have two Snif fragrances here where mindfulness plays a large part in the overall experience of these two fragrances. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews of mindful comfort fragrances, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, so I've actually spoken about Heal the Way by Snif before in a former video where I ranked my Snif fragrances. I do have a pretty large Snif collection. And then I got this brand new one. I did purchase this myself. I was not sent it. I'm not on their PR yet. No, I mean, it's fine if I'm not, but if you hear me, I wouldn't mind it. But I purchased Gentle Reminder because one, I love this brand. I love what they bring to the fragrance community. I love that they have niche smelling fragrances, really unique fragrances that were still pretty affordable and also I think very wearable for the masses. And then I loved this first fragrance that was in collaboration with Elle, who is a mindful author and teacher, mindfulness. And I love the whole vibe behind these. I love that there's a lot of intention behind them. And I'll talk about that here in a minute, but I decided let's go ahead and talk about both of them, go back and re-review Heal the Way while we were talking about Gentle Reminder. So Elle, what a beautiful, just gift, right, to the world. She's not only physically beautiful, but her words are beautiful. She's very impactful in the community. And I love that she has taken fragrance, how I often view fragrance, as something that means more than just some water that smells good. Fragrance can really comfort, it can empower, it can heal sometimes. I truly believe that. If you don't, then maybe you haven't experienced the right fragrance at the right moment to have that happen for you. But there are seriously times where I'm in distress or I am hurting, whether it's from someone passing away or words that cut deep or anxiety. And fragrance can really calm my spirit. It can bring me a sense of steadiness and centeredness that I just think is phenomenal. And her fragrances really bring about those kind of topics. And so much so that with both of these fragrances, there's a message that goes along with it that Alex has written, being an author. And like I said, her words are very beautiful. And the words are written on the actual bottles, so you can read them on there. And then they're also in the boxes. Now, I unfortunately don't have the Heal the Way box anymore. I'm not a big box keeper, but I do think I'm going to keep this Gentle Reminder one because who doesn't sometimes need a gentle reminder? I'm going to go ahead and read this. This says, "You are deeply worthy of ease, joy, and softness. You are not just a vessel for pouring and filling the cups of others. You deserve to be loved, cared for, and tended to. You are worthy of being a soft place to land in your own life." I could like, am I gonna cry? No, stop. I could cry because, I mean, so many of us are working so hard to either obtain a goal, to be the best in your career, be the best mother, spouse, best friend, daughter, all those things, where we forget that we need to be poured into as well. And we also, I think, look and expect others to do that, and where they sometimes fall short, and we forget that we can do that for ourselves. We can do things that for our own selves, that reminds us that we're worthy love. And I think fragrance can help be a vessel for that. Sometimes that's all that I need. That's one reason why I love fragrance so much, is it's a way to treat myself every single day, all throughout the day. It's a little reminder that, oh, this is something that I can gift myself. This is something that I love. This is something that does so much for me, and nobody has to give it to me. I can pick it up myself and I can spray it on and remember all the things that make me me and make me worthy of having physical possessions like this. I know it's really deep, but I really believe in the message, and it's a way that she's articulated a way that fragrance makes me feel, and has for a really, really long time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just talk about the fragrances and what they smell like, how they make me feel. Heal the Way. I have often recommended this, and anytime that I have, the people I recommended it to loved it. I'm not saying I would recommend it to everyone, but once I get to know someone's fragrance taste, or that if they tell me, hey, this is the vibe that I'm going for, here's something that I want to, some notes that I might like, or just a feeling I want to have, if it aligns with this fragrance, I've recommended it and they have been like, I love it, you were spot on. So Heal the Way, I get a lot of Palo Santo in this, and I have just accepted Palo Santo like a long lost cousin, friend, sister. Palo Santo and I get along. I love Palo Santo. It is a woody scent, but for me, to my nose, it is the perfect balance of something kind of almost cinnamony, woody, and just the right amount of sweetness, just the right amount of femininity in Palo Santo just itself as a note. It is one of my favorite notes in fragrances, so anytime I see it, I perk up. There's also pistachio in this that is extremely downplayed. Extremely. It is very, very subtly in the background. I think it actually just lends a little bit of creaminess, because pistachio can be really, really nutty. It can be a nutty forward note, but it can also be kind of a smoothing, soft, subtle nuttiness as well. And I think that's what it gives to this fragrance. And then it has a beautiful vanilla. I get a lot of like a kick of something cinnamony in this. And for me, this is such a beautiful nighttime bedtime scent. I've also recommended that people use it to lay down, calm down. If you have trouble sleeping, put this on. Just let the aroma surround you and kind of blanket you. And the way that this dries down is a lot of that kind of kick of the Palo Santo and cinnamoniness that's in this does start to dissipate, and you get a really gorgeous vanilla on the skin that is not like all the other vanillas out there. It kind of reminds me of whenever I was little, and sometimes if I had trouble sleeping, I would do the warmed milk with a little bit of cinnamon in it. My mom would do that for me. This doesn't have a milkiness to it, but the way that that would bring me comfort and kind of the aroma of that is what this reminds me of on the skin. I just think that it's absolutely gorgeous, and this does have a message with it as well. Okay, I'm gonna try to read off the bottle. It's a little hard to see, but I will try. The more I heal, the more I become my own glimmer of hope. Give yourself permission to be where you are today. Celebrate grace and empathy to your journey. Your small wins matter. Be proud of yourself. Keep healing and growing by example. I might have left out a couple of words in there because it's hard to see, but just such a beautiful, beautiful message about just accepting where you're at, giving yourself grace. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. Love it. So now we have the brand new one, Gentle Reminder. This was really a unique experience for me to my nose. I had never smelled ube before, and that is a purple yam used in Filipino cuisine. I don't think I've ever tasted it, and I had never smelled it before. So I've had this for a while, actually. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I wanted to take my time with this fragrance to get my thoughts together, because anytime you experience something new, especially with scent, it can take a while. It can take a while to adjust to it, to appreciate it, and then sometimes you also decide, no, it's not for me. But I ended up really, really enjoying this a lot. It's hard for me to say which one I like better, but I think Ever So Slightly Healed Away is just one of my favorite fragrances. I absolutely adore it. And the ube in here is very starchy. There's a sweetness going on in this fragrance, a sweetness and a starchiness that is different. Right now, rice fragrances are extremely popular, especially in the niche world. Everyone is trying to get their hands on the next rice fragrance. And I've smelled a few rice fragrances that I really enjoy, and the starchiness in that is very different. It's more grainy, it's more earthy, while this, to me, at least ube specifically with this yam, has a lot of sweetness, a sweet starch that took a while for my nose to understand. And at first I wasn't sure that I really loved it. This does also have Palo Santo in it, which I got really excited about. It has lavender, and I'm a lavender girl. I love it. I don't even mind if it's fairly strong in a fragrance, as long as it doesn't go bathroom spray cleaner. But the lavender in this is very subtle. The ube definitely takes the front seat in the opening of this. And the first, I'd say 30 minutes or so, you're really getting a sweet starchiness. Think of a sweet potato, but it doesn't smell exactly like a sweet potato. It has more of like a creamy element to it. I don't know necessarily if that is all the ube or if that's the other notes playing into it. But then as this dries down, it definitely gets a little bit more vanillic on the skin, almost like a melted vanilla ice cream in like the hour, 2 hour, 3 hour mark. Both of these fragrances last about 4 hours on my skin. Snif isn't the most long lasting, but I think that the price point for 4 hours is worth it and fair, and just in my personal opinion. I will say this is a compliment getter. I sprayed this the other day, about 4 or 5 sprays, and had to get in the car to take my son to his soccer practice. My daughter was in there, and I was sitting in the car before they got in, and when they got in, they said, "Why does it smell so good in here? This car smells really good." I said, "Oh, it's me, thank you." If they say it smells bad, sometimes I'm like, I don't know, knowing that I just sprayed a perfume. But this time I was like, oh, it's definitely me. It's this perfume. I also hugged my husband one day after spraying it about 30 minutes later, and he said that I smelled really good. So it's definitely an inviting fragrance, I think. There's something almost like if you were to walk into a home, I think, where the ube has been prepared. Like I said, I've never tasted it before, but I would imagine it's a very welcoming, inviting scent as well whenever it fills a kitchen. So it has that vibe to it. But I don't think you smell solely like food. I think this still smells enough like a perfume where it's not so gourmand that you're like, you might as well just slap on the dish. And like I said, the dry down really has a beauty and a magic to it as well. I think it's also a very comforting fragrance. This could also be a nighttime sleep fragrance. And I really think both are worthy, more than worthy additions to the Snif repertoire. I mean, they really have a lot of gorgeous scents, and I love the direction that Elle has decided to go with these. If she brings out another one, I'll be the first in line to try it also. So bottom line is, I think both of these are gorgeous fragrances. If you do not like the idea of something gourmand leaning or starchy, I would probably stay away from Gentle Reminder. If you think that sounds amazing, if you're a gourmand person, if you're like, I'm on the rice train, now I want to try the yam train, I would absolutely recommend this. And then if you're someone that is looking for a vanilla scent that does not smell like the rest, if you love Palo Santo, for sure, I say, what are you waiting for with this baby over here? It's like a very, very grown up vanilla with more of a kick of something woody cinnamon in it. I keep saying cinnamon, that's not a note in here. It's just something that my nose picks up with Palo Santo specifically. So nighttime fragrances as well, for sleep specifically. If you're looking for something to just spray on, lay your head on the pillow, let all your worries dissipate, really become centered in yourself and calm, and need a reminder, need a little healing, then I recommend these so much, you guys. I love Snif and I love what Elle has done. But that is it, you guys. That is my review of these two Snif fragrances. I thank you so much for watching, and as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping, and smelling fabulous. Bye.